All right, everybody, here's the second video of the day. Hope you enjoyed this one. It really is a remarkable story, and I wanted to take just a couple of minutes to talk you through the reality of what the new United States president has said. And in an interview yesterday, Joe Biden dismissed Uyghur genocide as part of China's different norms. You got that? Genocide is just a different norm. And if you read into the text of what he said, this is not the president being misrepresented. These are his words. He says, if you know anything about Chinese history, it's always been the time when China has been victimized by the outer world is where they haven't been unified at home. Gosh, Joe, that sounds like you're sympathizing for China, the communist regime that tyrannically rules that part of the world. So he goes on to say, Xi Jinping, he has to have united, tightly controlled China. And he uses his rationale for the things he does based on that. Right, that's interesting then. So basically, Xi Jinping is being rational when he does things like what I'm going to talk about. So, for example, large numbers, and this goes back to September of last year, large numbers of new detention camps uncovered in China. The Chinese had taken advantage of the COVID pandemic, which started in China, to move against more of its own people. And no less an organization than The Economist pointed out again last year that the persecution of the Uyghurs is a crime against humanity. It's the gravest example of a worldwide attack on human rights. But to Joe Biden, it's just a different kind of way of looking at, different cultural norm. Another publication, which is even more grotesque, talks about forced organ harvesting, which is one of the worst mass atrocities of the century, also happening in China. And you can read the details here. People are suggesting that those who follow the Falun Gong philosophy, along with Uyghur Muslims, Tibetans, and others, have been subject to forced live organ donation. Just think about that. They're actually removing organs from living human beings. But in the mind of Joe Biden, hey, it's just another cultural norm. What have we got in the White House? And the notion being put about that this guy's going to stand up to the Chinese is so laughable, because by his own words, he's actually making excuses for something that looks like and feels like and is genocide on a scale that we haven't seen at least in the last 100 years. And it's happening right now to Muslims and other peoples in China. And the fact that Joe Biden cannot even bring himself to speak about it proves once again just how unfit this regime is, and in particular how unfit to be president Joe Biden actually is.